Now, the Turkish Prime Minister has arrived home and urged people to distance themselves from what he calls lawless protests. Recep Tayyip Erdogan said the use of excessive force is being investigated. Demonstrators camped out in Taksim Square continue to call for Erdogan's resignation as the protest claimed a third life. Hashem Ahelbarra is in Istanbul and sent us this report.
Thousands turned out at the airport to show support for Turkey's Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan. And thousands converged on the iconic Taksim Square calling for his resignation. Signs of the growing political divide in Turkey. They had high hopes Erdogan got the message and that he was ready to make concessions. But he doesn't seem to be willing to cave in to the demands of these protesters.
Some of those who call themselves journalists and intellectuals have unfortunately incited violence. These demonstrations have become undemocratic and must end immediately.
But that's not enough for the thousands converging here.
People didn't like that last reaction of his. These crowds have been gathering here for nearly a week and they are waiting for an apology. But we still haven't heard such a thing.
I thought that because he reacts so fiercely that he understands actually what's going on here, but he doesn't want to listen to it.
This is where the protests first kicked off. The Gezi Park has become the focal point of a protest movement that soon spread across the country. In the absence of a compromise, many here fear the worst may be far from over. These protesters say they will only leave the square if Prime Minister Erdogan keeps Gezi Park as it is, bans the use of tear gas and fines police chiefs and governors they accuse of using excessive force. Hashem Ahelbarra, Al Jazeera, Taksim Square, Istanbul.